Hey, what's going on guys? Darius here, and I have a new basic photo manipulation tutorial for you today. Now before I start the tutorial, I just want to say a few things if you guys don't mind. Well, I just wanted to say that the tutorials that I make are to give you guys a head start if you're going to start making photo manipulations, and just to hint some tricks and I don't know, give some tips so you can apply these tricks to make your own style, and I don't know, to give you ideas to inspire you so you can start doing your own stuff and just be original and creative. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys get inspiration. And yeah, I think we should start with the tutorial right now before I get too emotional and stuff. Okay, so today we will be making a tutorial on replacing limbs with water splashes, and yeah, we should probably head on into Photoshop right away and see what we're gonna do. Okay, so let's click here, and I already have this render prepared, and don't you guys worry, you know that I always put my resources in the description, and you're gonna find this there too. So let me just make like a canvas, like just prepare it, and so I'm just gonna resize this image, crop, there we go, and this is going to be our canvas. Okay, so let's name this render, there we go. And now let's add a background. So we go to this little button here and we create a new layer, and we're going to call this background. You just double click on the text and you can rename the layer. So let's call this background, there we go. And now we have to drag this layer under the render because this is going to be our background, and we're going to add a gradient in the background, and this gradient will be like a darker blue going to a lighter blue. Like on the bottom it's gonna be like a dark blue, and on the top it's gonna be like a light blue. So let's get started. Right click here where the paint bucket tool is and select the gradient tool, and if you click there, you're going to get to this menu here where you have a couple of gradients, and I'm just going to choose this one here that I already had prepared. And basically it's just like a darker blue going to a light blue. So just click here if you want to change the color in here, and you can add whatever color you want, and then click OK. And now I have to select this linear gradient thing here, and I'm just going to click here at the bottom, hold the shift so we can do a straight line, and just drag up. And if I leave here, as you can see, it's going to make this gradient. Well, apparently we made it backwards, so I'm just going to untick the reverse thing here and just do it again because I want the shadow at the bottom. There we go. And now we finished our background. Okay, now it's time to remove the hands and the shoes. So we're going to grab our eraser tool here, just press E on the keyboard and you're gonna get it, and we go here and we select a decent sized brush, which is gonna be like 52. That should do. And let's first duplicate the render. So right click it and select duplicate layer, and OK. So we have a backup because you never know what's gonna happen, and I'm just gonna drag this behind the background, and let's call it backup render. There we go. I'm gonna click here, and now we select back our main render. Okay, so let's begin by removing the limbs. So we're gonna zoom in on the character, and apparently the brush size is a bit too big, so I'm just gonna change it to about 16. There we go. And I'm just gonna start erasing like this, and just make sure to get the hands, like the skin, and don't take too much out of the clothes because we're gonna need those. And I'm just gonna do it like this, and I'm just gonna erase you here. Goodbye. And now the shoes, you're gonna do the same like this, and one left, and just gonna erase it like this. There we go. See, I'm not taking so much of the clothes because we need them, and because we need the splashes to look like they're naturally coming from the body. Okay, so now that that's done, we need to add the splashes right now. and the splashes are actually brushes that I downloaded, and I'm gonna make them available in the description of the video, along with a tutorial on installing brushes, so make sure to check that out. And okay, let's begin with adding splashes. Okay, so we go to our brush tool here, and I already have the splashes loaded below here, and just going to select one, select a brush here. I already have one, and make sure you have the color white selected so they look realistic, like this one here. And let me just undo that. Let's make a new layer right under the render and call it splash 1. And you're going to make a new layer for each splash that you add to the render. So I'm gonna add this splash here, one click, and I'm going to press Ctrl T on the keyboard so I can modify it. So I can rotate it, I can resize it, and I can just move it around where I want it. And this one I'm going to put it right here because I think it's a good position. So just gonna leave it like this, and just going to press enter. Okay, and as you can see, it looks really realistic. Like it looks like it's actually coming from the jeans. And yeah, let's try adding some more. So I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna call this splash 2. Gonna select another brush. Let's see, something linear, probably this one here. Yeah, that looks nice. I'm gonna click once, press Ctrl T, and just edit it around. Okay, this looks nice. Okay, so that's basically how you do it, and I'm just going to fast forward this video so I can add the other splashes because I don't want you guys seeing me just moving stuff around. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to be back to you in literally 1 second in your time. Okay, and we're back, and as you can see, I got this splash 10 by doing the same thing. And splash 10 is actually above the render because these are the bubbles here. I'm not sure if you can notice, and because we have to have something like above the hoodie so it looks natural. And we need to group these now, so I'm just gonna click on splash 9 and hold shift and click on splash 1, and this is basically gonna select all of them. And there's this little folder here, and it's going to make a group. So if you hold shift and press it, it's going to group all your splashes in this group here. So if I hide it, all the splashes disappear. Now I really hope you got to this step like very easily, because it's really not hard to do. It's really simple. It may take like 2 tries, but eventually you're gonna get a good result. And yeah, so let's continue. For our next step, we're going to need to add some shading where the hoodie is, because like if I zoom in right here, you can see here that there's no shadow, and it's like the hoodie is broken or something, and we need to add like a hole so it looks like the hoodie was empty to begin with. And we're going to make a new layer above background and under the splashes, and we're going to go back to our brush tool and select a round brush, 10 pixel, and hardness 88%. And by holding the Alt key on your keyboard, and we're just going to sample like a dark green color from the render, and we're just going to like put this here. Just going to click with our brush, and as you can see now, the hoodie looks more realistic. Probably just add some bigger circle like that. There we go, that looks really nice. And ooh, even here on the bottom we can add probably something like this. Okay, that looks really nice. Here doesn't seem necessary, but we're gonna add something like this. Okay, now that looks really nice. Okay, so now we're basically almost done. We just need to like I don't know, tweak the background or something, and add the cool lines here, these things here. Probably tweak around with the lighting and stuff. I'm going to show you that. And okay, let's continue. Let's add some texture to the background. So I already have this bubble thingy prepared here. So I'm just gonna press Ctrl A and Ctrl C to copy it, and just gonna go right here above the background, and just gonna press Ctrl V on the keyboard. And this is going to like paste it there, and let me just resize it with Ctrl T again, and I'm gonna make it smaller so we have a bit more detail. Let me just make it like this, probably rotate it, flip it, and we have something like this. No, I'm just gonna put it like this and press enter. And now let's put it on overlay and just lower the opacity a bit. So I'm just gonna put it like yeah, 29 looks good. And let's save it. Remember to always save the file in case Photoshop crashes. And okay, let's add a light source now. So we're gonna go on top of everything and make a new layer. And now we're going to go to our brush tool and select like a 715 pixel soft brush, and with the color cyan here, and we're just gonna click once here above. Probably too much. Let me just press it higher, like here. There we go. And this is basically gonna add a light source to the piece. And now it's beginning to take shape, and I think it looks really good. Let's play around with some adjustment layers. Why not? So we're gonna go to this like semicircle here, and we're gonna select curves, and let's just make a little S here. So this is gonna bring out the shadows and just add a lot of detail to the render and the piece in general. And as always, I always go to the blue thing here and just drag this up a bit to give it more of a blue feel, and just drag this down here, and that looks really nice. Just gonna leave it like that. And now, as an extra touch, I am going to add the lines that you see here, these things here. And to do this, you're gonna go to your brush tool and select a 1 pixel hardness 100 brush, and that's all you need. And now let's just go under the curves, under the light, and just make a new layer on top of the render, and we're gonna call this lines. Okay, and now let's just zoom in a bit, and we have the color cyan still selected. So let's make like a polygon, like I don't know, something like a rectangle or something. So I'm just gonna click in one spot here, like near the jacket, and I'm gonna hold shift on the keyboard, and by holding shift it's going to connect the lines. So if I click here now again while holding shift, see it just dragged the line from that point. And you can do this a lot of time like this, and just gonna go here, and there you go. That's all there is to it. And I also added the like a mini sign coming down here. So I'm just gonna click here once, I'm just gonna hold shift and drag, and we're gonna have a line there. And I'm gonna add the sign later. Let's just add a few more rectangles here. So I'm just gonna click here, shift, and probably gonna do it like this. It's really just up to you to experiment. Like here you can make like 4 of them, just circling the leg or something. I don't know, something that looks really cool. And to add the sign, I basically just went to the shape tool here and select the rectangle tool, and made a new layer and just dragged it like this, and I had the sign, and I just add some text on it. As you can see, now it looks really nice. And as always, this is just basic photo manipulation. You guys can use the tips that I teach you right now to make your own stuff, to make your own original piece with what you want. So hope I'm helping. And I think that's basically it for the tutorial. If you want to add some extra stuff like light streaks or some extra lines, feel free to do so. It's all up to your imagination. Just do whatever you think that looks good, whatever you think that's nice, whatever you want. You just have to experiment, always experiment, and make new stuff. And yeah, that about wraps it up. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I really need subscribers. And share the video with your friends. Tell them about Baka renders, I don't know, whatever you want. Favorite it, and okay. Okay, maybe I should stop talking right now. Okay, I should stop saying okay. Goodbye.